Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Elyse, and I am going to be hosting this next segment of Smart, Happy, Strong Kids. I am the program director of Dolphin Kids Future Ready Leaders, where we provide social, emotional, and cognitive learning for children, youth, teens, and adults. And I am on this Facebook Live event today representing the Stigma-Free Society. And if you don't know much about the Stigma-Free Society, they are a Canadian registered charity that aims to reduce stigma of all kinds with a focus on mental health. They promote mental wellness education for youth while providing resources for educators, school counselors, and parents and guardians. The Society's goal is to create awareness of the various stigmas that exist in our world, developing an understanding of the challenges that numerous people face, and encourage people to foster acceptance of themselves and others. So if you want to learn more, you can check out their website at stigmafreesociety.com. They have tons of amazing resources for parents, educators, counselors, and they also just launched a new rural wellness toolkit, and I'm really excited to check that out. I also wanted to say a big congratulations to the Stigma-Free Society. The Stigma-Free Society recently won the 2020-2021 Mental Health Nonprofit of the Year. So congratulations to you. You are doing some amazing things, and I'm very fortunate and very grateful to get to work with you and your amazing team. Keep doing what you're doing. You are spreading such positivity in the world, and you're really shedding light on such an important topic. So congratulations to you. Thank you for all that you do. So in this segment of Smart, Happy, Strong Kids, we're going to be talking and practicing a little bit of mindfulness. We're going to be also talking a little bit more about active listening and why active listening is an important skill to practice and how it really helps with our focus. So how we're able to focus and be a little bit more in the present moment, which is a really important life skill that children, youth, and adults can practice every day. And first things first, we're going to do some downtime. We're also going to get a chance to do a little emotion check-in, and then we're going to dive into the sound mapping activity I have for you, which will really help you try to focus and use your listening skills. Okay, so what we're going to start with first is we're going to start with a little downtime. We're going to do a little stretching, and we're going to start by just either staying in your seat. So if you're in a chair, you're more than welcome to keep sitting in your chair. If you want to stand, you're welcome to do that too. I'm on the floor. I'm going to stay on the floor. But what I would love for you to do wherever you are is either sit or stand nice and tall. So make sure your back is nice and straight. Awesome. Okay, great. So we're going to do a little bit of stretching. Just kind of moving our body. When you activate your body, you activate your mind. So making sure when we're able to move our bodies, we're kind of getting a little bit more energized and getting our brain more into the mode, doing an activity. And so we're going to first start with stretching our right arm across to our left. Great job. Get that nice side body stretch. And then we're going to move to the left. Great. Okay, wonderful. Then we're going to bring our right hand out and we're going to rotate our wrist clockwise to start. This is an excellent activity if you've been on the computer for most of the day, maybe for work. And then we're going to go the opposite way. Great, we're going to switch hands. So bring your left hand out, and we're going to first rotate our wrist clockwise. Then we're going to go counterclockwise. Wonderful. Bring your right arm across your body and just bring your left arm up just to stretch your arm across. You're just going to give a nice stretch, stretching your arm, also stretching a little bit of your back muscles too. Move your hands up and down, stretch out your fingers, wiggle your fingers. Great. Switch arms. Wiggle your fingers, you can stretch them out like you're about to catch something. Okay, wonderful job. Now we're just going to do a couple arm circles. So you can bring your arms to the forward. and backward. Okay, we're just gonna hold our arms out, stretch to the left, stretch to the right. We can really use all of our focus and energy to try to keep our arms straight, just kind of stretching side to side. Okay, awesome. You can bring your arms down, shake out your arms. Wonderful. Next, I want you to give yourself a big bear hug. So, kind of giving yourself a bear hug, you can rock from side to side. Close your eyes. And I want you to think of 2 things that you are grateful for today. What are 2 things that you're grateful for? Awesome. You can bring your arms down, open your eyes. Now we're going to do 3 rounds of rainbow breathing. If you haven't seen or done rainbow breathing with me before, definitely go to Stigma-Free Society YouTube page and check out the rainbow breathing or the deep breathing segment where we talk a lot about different breathing strategies and exercises you can do. Rainbow breathing is one of my favorite deep breathing exercises. It really not only stretches your body, but it helps get a lot of oxygen into your lungs, which then again signals to your brain that you're feeling safe, that you're calm, and that you're relaxed. So we're gonna do 3 rounds together. If you haven't done this before, you're more than welcome to watch and follow along with me. And let's start, but again, sitting or standing nice and tall. We're gonna bring our arms by our side. And we're gonna take a deep breath in through our nose. Exhale down. Great job. Bring your arms up as you breathe in. Exhale. And one more time, your biggest breath of your day. Breathe in. Exhale. Wonderful job. High five. Great work. So next we're going to do a little bit of an emotions check-in. What we're going to be doing for our emotions check-in today is we are going to be drawing how we're feeling. So we're going to draw a feeling, which is kind of interesting because if you think when we draw feelings, normally we draw smiley faces or happy or sad faces, or we use a face to represent how we're feeling. But today I'm going to challenge you to draw something a bit different. So just to kind of show you an example, something I drew that I was maybe really excited, I guess, for springtime. I'm feeling really energetic to see the weather be like a tiny smidge bit more warmer, the birds outside chirping. So this is how I drew excitement. Okay, so I don't know, you can look at it either way, sideways, whatever way you want to look at it, but that's how I drew excitement. What is some emotions that you are feeling right now, and how would you draw them? So what I would love for you to do is find a piece of paper and a pencil or a marker, pencil, crayon, whatever you have nearby. And I would love for you to draw your feelings. So let's first check in with ourselves. Everyone can close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. And ask yourself, how are you feeling today? Okay, open your eyes. Maybe you had a bunch of different emotions going on, and that's totally fine. If you have 2, 3, 4 emotions that you're feeling right now, I would love for you and challenge you to try to draw them out. But do it in a way that doesn't represent a face. So try to be a little bit creative. It could be lines, it could be swirls, it could be shapes. So how would you draw how you're feeling today? I'm going to add on to my image and draw a little something a little bit different, and then we can all share together once you draw. And parents, if you are joining in, I would love for you to participate in this as well. You can draw a little bit about how you're feeling today too. If you do have markers or pencil crayons, you can always choose a color. Sometimes you can represent your emotions with colors as well. Okay. So I chose the color green. It symbolizes to me a little bit of growth. It's March. It's a new month. Can't believe it's March already, but it is March. It's a new month. It's the start of a fresh week. I had a chance to go outside a lot this weekend and really kind of reflect on nature and things that make me feel happy. So I would say green is making me feel energetic. I'm excited for this month and growth and change and seeing the seasons change, which is always really exciting as spring is right around the corner. So this is just kind of adding on to my image. You can kind of see it's swirly, exciting, some bursts everywhere. I even kind of found a mountain and a flower and a sun in my image too. So I kind of drew those out. So you can share with your parent beside you, or you can hold it up to the screen. You can share or just kind of look at it. How does this showcase your emotion and how you're feeling right now? How would you describe this emotion to someone else or this picture to someone else if they were looking at it to you? Okay, so really checking in with ourselves every day is a super important thing to do, because when we are able to understand our emotions and we're able to name our emotions, we are able to tame our emotions. So understanding right now that I'm feeling energetic and happy about the new month, and I'm excited to see spring in a few weeks, that I know that that's a really good feeling for me to feel, and I'm going to try to keep feeling that way by doing some other important strategies, like maybe a little exercise later, maybe making sure I get a chance to read my book later. So doing some things that will continue to make me feel that way. Now, if you're feeling not the best today, which is normal, it is Monday, sometimes at the end of the weekend, we sometimes don't always feel the best. So if you do find that you're kind of in a lower mood or you're just not feeling the best today, just always know that that is normal, okay? So there is no bad emotion to feel. All emotions are normal to feel, but as long as we're able to name them, we're able to understand what strategies we can do to help us either boost our mood or maintain our mood. So if you are feeling maybe a little bit down today, maybe it wasn't the greatest day, maybe something happened at school, or something happened at home, then you can always really kind of reflect on that, check in with yourself, draw it out, and think of what strategy you can use. So maybe exercise, maybe it's talking to a family member or a friend, maybe it's getting some downtime later. So thinking about some strategies that you can use to help you either boost or maintain your mood is always an important part of your day. So wonderful job if you participated in that emotion check-in activity. Okay, we're going to get to our main activity now, which is what I like to call sound mapping. Sound mapping is a mindfulness activity when you really use your active listening skills. So even just take a moment to sit at your home, and I want you just to sit there for 5 seconds and just listen to what you hear. My house right now is pretty quiet. I do hear a little bit of the fireplace behind me, but other than that, I don't hear too much. I'm wondering what you hear at your home. Maybe your family members are talking. Maybe you're hearing dinner on the stove. Maybe there's a TV in the background. So really kind of focusing and sitting and being present and listening to what you hear is an important aspect and skill that we can all practice. Active listening is when you are really focused and you're listening and you're being present in the moment. So sometimes when we can listen, we might be wandering off, our mind might be wandering off, and we're not really listening. We're pretending, or we're showing that we think that we're listening, but we're not actually listening. I've always had this situation where someone said something to me and they'll be like, "So what do you think?" Like, could you repeat what you said? And that's totally normal. So sometimes when we're listening and our thoughts are going or swirling in our head, or something's happening over to the side of us, or something else is happening over here, and we can feel distracted, it can be sometimes hard for us to really listen and focus. So one important task and one important thing that you could do every day is practice mindfulness. And one aspect of mindfulness that I love to do with children and youth is called sound mapping. And sound mapping is when you get a chance to just sit and listen. So I'm going to be playing different sounds. And what we're going to be doing on a piece of paper is you are going to be drawing what you hear. So maybe on the back of your emotions check-in paper, you can just have a blank space, grab a pencil, pen, marker, whatever you have nearby. But I would love for you just to sit, listen, and I want you to draw what you hear. So you're going to hear a couple different sounds, and you can map them out across your page. So thinking about some things that you hear and draw them out. So this activity is really going to help you practice your focus, your active listening skills, and give you a chance just to kind of sit and have a mindful moment. So while you're getting your marker or pencil or paper ready, I'm going to get the sounds ready. And I will prompt you in as to when the sound is going to come on. Okay, so get your writing utensil ready and your paper ready. And here is your first sound. So draw what you hear. Okay, get ready for your next sound. Okay, great. Now get ready for your next sound. Okay, and your last sound. Okay, so we just listened to 4 different sounds, and I'm wondering if you could remember what sounds we heard. So I'll give you a second just to kind of look over your picture and what you drew before I share mine. If you want to finish a couple of fine details, you are more than welcome. But really kind of think about what sound you heard. And actually we can add one more sound to our sound map. I would love for you just to sit quietly at home, and I would love for you to draw a sound that you hear going on around you at home. Okay, 10 more seconds just to finish up your drawings. All right, so let's recap on the sounds we heard. So sound number 1, find sound number 1 on your sound map, and let's see if you can remember what sound it was. Okay, you can shut it out at home, but sound number 1 was rain. Awesome. So if you heard the rain falling, that was sound number 1. Wonderful job. Sometimes I've had students guess a waterfall. Close, yeah. But the first sound was rain falling. Can anyone guess what the second sound was? What was the second sound? And that was cars. That was a busy street. That was a busy street playing. So that was cars. I'm trying to cover up my other answers, but it's pretty obvious to see. So that was a car and a busy street sounds. So you heard lots of honking, cars moving. That was sound number 2. Sound number 3, if you can look at your sound map, was actually rainforest bird chirping sounds. So that was, I drew my bird here. Again, pictures don't have to be perfect, but I drew my bird here showing that they were singing. So those were birds songs or birds chirping. And the last sound, this one might have been a bit tricky, but the last sound was actually a playground. So you might have heard some shuffling of the feet, running around on gravel, parents talking, kids talking, people laughing in the background. So that was actually playground noises that you heard. And the sound that I'm hearing at home, again, is just a little bit of my fireplace because it's on right now. And so I would love for you to share, you either with the parent or the person next to you, what sounds do you hear at home? I would also love for you to think of how can you stop and just take a moment just to listen. Listen to the sounds that are happening around you, or even just listen to other people. So sometimes when we are trying to listen to a story in class, or maybe we're trying to listen to instructions, or maybe we're just having a conversation with a friend, it's really important to practice our active listening skills and show them that you're listening. So some important cues to show that you're listening are eye contact. So make sure you're looking at them, not being distracted and looking somewhere else. Another really great way to show that you're actively listening is just sit and listen. Show that you're engaged. Use your facial expressions to show that you're listening to what they're saying. And give people a chance just to talk and while you listen. So another fun activity you could do at home if you want to practice a little bit more of your active listening skills is if you have a parent or your sibling or a friend, give them 1 minute and just sit there as they talk and just listen to what they have to say, and then you can try to repeat back what they said back to them. So to make sure that you were actively listening and that you did understand what they were saying. So those are just another things that you can do to kind of help build that focus, build that mindfulness in terms of listening and being present and being really able to focus on the sounds and what you're hearing. And again, active listening is a life skill. It's something that you can practice every single day at home, at school, on the playground, wherever you may be. And active listening really helps stem into other really important life skills like empathy, understanding, communication, relationship building. So lots of really amazing things can come out of practicing your active listening skills, and it can really help you build strong focus, mindfulness, and feeling that you're in the present moment. So practice sound mapping, whether maybe you're feeling not the best and you kind of just need time just to chill out and relax. You can go outside and you can sound map. You can just sit and listen to what's going on around you. The birds are chirping, maybe you hear cars outside, maybe you hear people playing. Thinking about what you hear out and listening and just kind of taking a moment just to reflect and listen is always a great thing for our minds and our bodies to do. So wonderful job today on doing that activity, and I encourage you to do it every day if you can. If you have a gratitude journal or if you just have a piece of paper, you can sound map anywhere, in the classroom, at home, or outside. Okay, awesome job. We're going to end off with 3 more rounds of rainbow breathing and our Dolphin Kids mantra. And so if you are sitting, again, sit nice and tall. If you're standing, stand nice and tall. And what we're going to do is take a big deep breath in as we bring our arms over our head. Exhale down. One more, inhale up. And exhale down. Actually, we're going to do one more because I said we're doing 3. And we're going to do one more. Big inhale up. Give yourself a high five at the top for an awesome job. Exhale down. Wonderful. Okay, you're going to raise your hands above your head again and put your hands on your head and say, I'm smart. Bring your hands to your heart and say, I'm happy. Show me your muscles and say, I'm strong. Awesome. We're going to do that one more time. I'm smart. I'm happy. And I'm strong. Awesome job. Thank you so much for joining me. We will be back again in the next couple of weeks with another Smart, Happy, Strong Kids segment. And I would love to hear any questions you may have in the comments below. So feel free to ask questions. If you do the sound mapping activity, you can tag Stigma-Free Society on Instagram or Dolphin Kids Achievement on Instagram. We would love to see what you create and how you use these activities from these segments in your everyday routine. So feel free to share with us. We would love to hear from you. Thank you so much, Stigma-Free Society, for having me today, and I look forward to connecting with all of you again soon. Take care and have a wonderful start to your week, and have a wonderful start to the new month of March. Bye, everyone.